Bernard Boutet de Monvel was born in Paris in 1881, the son of the painter and illustrator Louis-Maurice Boutet de Monvel, and already showing a precocious talent by the age of 16, studied initially with the painter Luc Olivier Merson. By his early 20s, he had earned a reputation for his innovative etching technique as well as portraits, being given monographic exhibitions in the Chicago Art Institute and Carnegie Institute in Pittsburgh. With the coming of the First World War, he was called up as a reservist, then becoming a bombardier in the early French Air Force. After being awarded the Légion d'honneur and several commendations for bravery, he was transferred to Fez in 1917 and began a series of paintings of the rooftops of the city, buildings, and local figures. These roofs, with their repetitive cubes accentuated by sun and shadow, can have an almost abstract feeling. In the interwar years, his work ranged from portraits of leading figures in French and increasingly American society to interior design and some extraordinary paintings of New York City, both industrial buildings and views of downtown New York before and after the Wall Street crash. These skyward views are a unique painted record emphasizing the power and dynamism of the city, and are among his most interesting and innovative, belying, as one can see from their presentation in his studio, their relatively small scale. Meanwhile, in addition to his paintings of leading society figures, such as the exquisite Madame Champagne, a member of one of the most renowned French Jewish banking families, he painted his wife and children, with several portraits of his beloved daughter Sylvie, from her birth to young adulthood. Here we see Sylvie in a composition drawing for a painting of her sitting up in bed, holding her little dog Champagne, who stares adoringly at her mistress. Sylvie's father repeated this composition in both her bedroom in their country home in Namur and their Art Deco house in Paris, the latter an exercise in contrasting whites, with the foot of the bed, Sylvie, her bedside table and vase of flowers, providing the only colour contrast. The vase on the bedside table is also the subject of an independent still life, probably painted on a different occasion. Boutet's last work of the American heiress and fashion icon Millicent Rogers, wearing a sculptural dress by the eminent designer Charles James, was completed just weeks before his death, the day before his 68th birthday, when his plane crashed in the Azores with the loss of all on board, including the boxer Marcel Cerdan, the great love of Edith Piaf. Bernard Boutet de Monvel may be considered the iconic painter of the Art Deco style. His highly finished paintings are stark contrast to the contemporary rejection of the figurative, which came to dominate art of the succeeding decades. His life has been superbly documented by Stéphane Jacques Haddad in his 2016 biography.